the Fighters Corner.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, social media family? How you doing today? Hey, welcome for being here again in the Fighters Corner, where all fighters have a voice. How you doing, chat? Happy holidays to you and your family. Hope you're being the best version of yourself. Don't let nobody stop you from what you want to do and your goals. And hey, we're here to bring you another Rising Star to include in our Rising Star series. Oh man, this gentleman is 5'10", okay? He has 35 wins and I believe he has 31 knockouts. All right, 31 knockouts. He brings a lot of flair, a lot of flavor to the boxing world. He has a 74-inch reach, you know, and this man competes in the in I believe the super welterweight division. And not only are we talking about is Boots Ennis, all right, Boots Ennis, or Jaron Boots Ennis. You know, a lot of people call him Boots. And man, this guy, you know, I was going to do coverage on him and my reaction to him. You know, I know a lot of people know who this guy is. You know, to me, he is a star. He's amazing. Footwork, finesse, speed, countering, IQ. He got a full package. All right, chat. So once again, you know, I hope you guys like the series. It takes a lot of work to put these series together. Please like and subscribe, share, and that definitely helps me out with my channel. I appreciate you guys. If it's someone else who you have not seen on the Rising Stars that I have not checked out, I'm doing a lot of my homework, please let me know in the comments. Let's have that conversation and I'll get right in it. I'll chop it up and deliver it to the people. All right, I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. And let's go through some of the highlights of Boots Ennis. Let's go.
What a combination with the head. It's starting to open up. How about that nifty move?
He has speed, he has technique, and knockout power. He was the best welterweight alive, the one Terrence Crawford refused to face.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. Fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation.
A future pound-for-pound star. This is the rise of Jaron Boots Ennis. Welcome back to Fight Story.
Boots Ennis jumped on the pound-for-pound list, 27 years of age, just the beginning, future pound-for-pound #1.
Jaron Boots Ennis was born on June 26, 1997, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His father, Derek Bozy Ennis, was a former boxer and his lifelong trainer. Boxing ran deep in the family. His older brothers, Derek and Farah, were both accomplished fighters who paved the way before him.
I stay motivated by my family. I'm not fighting without my dad, no matter what. So I'm always have my dad in my corner. He know what's best for me, so I listen to what he got to say and I do it, and that's it.
Before turning professional, Ennis dominated the U.S. amateur circuit. He won 3 national tournaments and finished with a record of 58 wins and 3 losses. His combination of speed, reflexes, and technical precision made him one of the most complete young fighters in the country and a clear future contender.
My brothers always tell me to just stay focused. Now it's my turn. I'm fighting for my family, basically. I'm putting Philly on my back, so I'm ready to show the world my talent.
In 2016, Jaron Ennis made his professional debut.
Let's go, Boots! Oh!
From the start, his talent was undeniable. His movement was fluid, his combinations effortless. He wasn't just beating opponents, he was breaking them down and finishing them. By the end of 2017, the whispers had become louder. The 20-year-old phenom had compiled a record of 16 wins with 14 knockouts, proof that his power was as real as the hype surrounding his name. With attention building fast, especially among Philadelphia fans, Ennis entered the ring against George Sosa, determined to make a statement.
Durables would stop 3 of his 10 losses. Put George Sosa in there with him to test him out. Just had a draw with Tommy Reno.
And he did exactly that. His slick movement, sharp counters, and composure made the difference.
Up to the body from Ennis. He combined speed with power. Overhand left, body shot, 3-4 punch combination. And down.
In round 2, Ennis closed the show in style.
Very well. Oh, there's a big shot.
That victory set up his first major opportunity.
Yeah, chat, man. You know, one thing I see a lot in Boots is I see a lot of Roy Jones. A lot of Roy Jones, that finesse. I'm not saying that he's copying his style. I'm just saying that he's unique and like a Roy Jones. You know, I'm also seeing a lot of I believe he's ambidextrous because I've seen him fight southpaw. I see him fight orthodox, just like Bud Crawford. So, man, you know, he has good reach. He steps in when he's punched. You know, he can be one of those fighters that can annoy you because it's very hard to hit him. It's very hard to hit him. He moves quick, good head movement, and his response time is really good.
A shot at the vacant WBC silver welterweight title against Armando Alvarez. The fight was broadcast live on Showtime's Showbox, marking Ennis's first televised main event.
You got to break him down. You got to break him down. Sorry. I agree, the speed factor. Cut off the ring and work the body. By the 3rd or 4th round,
Under the bright lights, he looked every bit the future star. Fluid, confident, and in complete control.
He's having fun.
The combination to the head is starting to open up. How about that nifty move? There's no question about it.
He's got the instincts and the speed, yeah.
Uh-oh, now he's having a little bit too much fun.
That hand from Ennis. And the left hand dropped it. Clean shot.
In the 3rd round, Ennis broke Alvarez down and finished the fight, claiming his first career title and announcing himself to the boxing world.
More than a minute to go. A jab and a right hand, the left hand, and that's it. Should be it. 5, 6, 7. Again, chopping right hand. Alvarez in trouble again. His hands drop, and he goes to a knee, and that's it. It is over. 4 knockdowns.
When you're a boxer and you're from Philly, I mean you just got to put on. You got to put on a show. I love fighting at home. That's the best feeling ever.
Round 1 of this 10-round fight.
Next up was Raymond Serrano. Ennis went to work from the opening bell, breaking him down with sharp combinations and precise timing.
Shots make it 5 body shots.
That's what makes him such a hard fighter to beat. Oh,
Big left hand. Fist with a
Practically pushing Lozano out of the way.
There's a combination. That left hand rocked Serrano. And Serrano is in some trouble against the ropes. A right hand, a left hand behind it, and another right hand, and a left hand.
sometimes you can lose focus, but look at him. Well, he's clowning a little bit there, but
he's not beyond showboat. Good right hand.
Oh my goodness, Serrano landed 2 punches.
Oh! And there was a...
By round 2, it was over. Another clinical finish.
Very smart. You know, you use your jab as a rangefinder. You can use it as a straight jab, you know, to the body, and then come up with that hook, that double tap. Yeah, he's smart, man. Smart. And, you know, one thing I did like that he said, it reminds me of me and my son when I trained my son. We probably did all different combative sports, anywhere from boxing, kickboxing, MMA, all kind of striking combat that we do at Fight Quest, is that they're a family. They're a family. It reminds me of the Davis family, you know, it reminds me of just all the different, you know, of course, the Ennis family, you know, the Abdullah Mesa and his family, all his brothers box. That's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see the family supporting you in your art, in your sport. So that's why, you know, me and my son support each other so much in doing that. So beautiful.
Right hand and down goes Serrano. Toronto in trouble again. His legs are not...
With every fight, Ennis was improving fast. His confidence was growing, and so was the gap between him and everyone else.
Gentlemen, I already spoke to you in the dressing room.
He dismantled Damian Fernandez next, a tough Argentine known for his grit, and left him battered and broken before the night was over. Then came Bakhtiar Ayubov, a rugged fighter from Kazakhstan brought in to test Ennis and drag him into deep waters. But Ennis didn't need rounds. He dropped Ayubov twice in the first, then spent the next few rounds landing at will as the Kazakh tried to push forward. By the fourth, the referee had seen enough. Another dominant stoppage.
Let's go, baby!
Juan Carlos Abreu was next, a dangerous puncher who had never been stopped before. He came in 3 pounds over the limit, but it didn't matter. Ennis dominated from start to finish. Knockout. Another statement.
Chad, he got clipped. And you guys see what I'm talking about. He has a very ambidextrous style. You know, he was fighting southpaw, then he switched to orthodox stance, came with that Russian uppercut, just clipped him. You know, that can be very confusing for an opponent who's probably, want to see you fight one way, and then you switch it up. And then now, the power hand becomes the speed hand now. You're changing up on him. So that's a great mix-up, man. Great mix-up.
Aguanta, garganta, nuevamente.
Sí, no le gustó nada lo que le hizo Abreu.
Boots Ennis.
They say some boots are made for walking. In the case of Duran, those boots are made for knockouts.
Ennis was starting to make serious noise in the welterweight division, and it was time to step up. Chris Van Heerden was brought in, a seasoned veteran who had once gone rounds with Errol Spence Jr. But against Ennis, it was a different story. Boots dominated every exchange.
Process, it's use my fundamentals with the jab, and I'm going to pound away upon this guy. And he backs up Van Heerden, a right hook to the body. Ennis is just, it's target practice for Ennis. The right hook to the body, overwhelmed by a big power puncher that wants to rip your head off. Oh, there's a nice straight left, right on the temp. Oh, man. Ennis is one bad dude.
The fight ended early after an accidental head clash, opened a deep cut on Van Heerden, forcing the referee to stop it.
Too much to go to the body.
Threw out of nowhere. It's really short. Yeah, we tried again.
Reach very fast. Lipinets will close the distance and land a few punches here. Another right hand, the left to
What I like about Boots is Boots wants to fight. He wants to fight. He's pushing the fight forward. He engages every round. He is going toe-to-toe with you on as far as the combinations. He's going back and forth with you. He's not running. I like that. I like that in a fighter, man, who wants to make it exciting and who just is a gladiator. Just, hats off to Boots.
With the welterweight division heating up, it was time for Ennis to make another statement. He earned an IBF title eliminator against Thomas Dulorme, a seasoned contender expected to test his limits.
One Ennis in preparing for ending training camp, featuring some of the best sparring he's received. And here's a guy who lives that life, guys. And when I'm fighting being a family affair for the Ennis family, it is that and then some.
I didn't want to.
Jaron Ennis has recorded 10 first-round knockouts. He is seeking the 11th.
But there was no test. Ennis blew him out of the water, stopping him in the very first round. Another name added, another warning to the division. With this victory, Ennis positioned himself as the mandatory challenger for Errol Spence Jr.'s IBF world title.
Spence, Ugas, Porter, Crawford, division, let's get it. I'm ranked number 3 in the IBF, so Errol Spence.
With Errol Spence sitting ringside, Ennis faced off against Custio Clayton, an unbeaten Canadian known for his durability and Olympic pedigree. But from the opening seconds, it was clear who the superior talent was.
Even better. And the left hand now from the lefty stance.
Ennis has already switched to lefty.
Which round, and it's a jab fest. And there's Clayton going boxing, a man who eats, breathes, and lives the sweet science. But I think that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, the idea that he probably has.
There's a nice left to the body by Ennis, Jaron Boots Ennis. Good technique, very calm, and now Clayton doing what he has to do.
Trying to beat people that they need to change the planet.
Right hand down goes Clayton for the...
In round 2, Ennis finished him off in style. A perfectly timed right hand that sent Clayton crashing to the canvas.
Make it!
With Errol Spence watching from ringside, Ennis turned his attention straight toward him.
Anybody right now can get it right now, but I'm the IBF #1, contender, and I think Mr. Big Fish in here is so it's time to go fishing.
Well, there's.
I like that, chat. I like that he's calling out who he want to fight. Back in the days when you were the top contender, you had to fight that guy. Things have changed now. Fighters can't escape matches. They can avoid them. Even though you're the top next person in line. But anyway, let me go back to the techniques. What I teach in the class is when you're throwing a punch, you got to make sure that, especially if you're throwing a hook, you want to stop right there on that line, right there on that line. So when you come here, you can throw back, right? So you can catch them in that line of fire. What a lot of times fighters do, they throw that hook and they let it kind of wrap around them, which don't give you a lot of time of coming back with the big brother. You know what I mean? So just kind of point that out to you guys, chat. If you just get into fighting, you want to know about precision, speed, making sure your punches are landing double shot in the place it needs to be at. You got to make sure you hit on that line. It's like a cross line. You want to make sure you go, pow, pow, so you can get that timing. And he has that down packed. And it would have been nice to see them two fight.
Errol right there.
With Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford set to unify the division in July 2023.
And a left from Chuka John. Left hook to the liver by Ennis.
By the final bell, there was no doubt who...
Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis.
That also messes up a lot of people's bag. When you're the next one in line and you're not getting that fight when you're supposed to get it, you mess up that person's bag. All the people want to see that fight. They want the fight. Give the people what they want. So yeah, I just hate that side of the sport. I really do.
In line was the tough and rugged Roymon Villa, a fearless pressure fighter from Colombia, known for his grit and relentless style.
Able to use that jab, landing that well, the right hand, and then
From the opening bell, Ennis was sharp. Villa came forward like he always does, reckless, aggressive, looking to trade. But this time, he was walking straight into a trap.
Perfect circles in the center of the ring as he continues to move off that jab, doing that right now. Curled that right behind the high guard of Villa.
And that's a power jab that Ennis is throwing.
Ennis controlled the distance, snapping Villa's head back with stiff jabs and blistering combinations. Every exchange exposed the difference in class. Timing, accuracy, composure.
This is what he wants, and he's been able to get some nice shots in.
And so has Ennis. Straight left, there's a right hook by Ennis.
Yeah,
Nice exchange. Great round now, backed up by Villa momentarily, but
in the fight with Rashidi Ellis, this was happening.
Wow.
And in recent fights.
Defensive draw, Ennis on display, just moving and such. Oh, there's a jab that momentarily bothered Ennis, and Villa now putting on the pressure. And
9% of his power punches, landing at 42% tonight. That's everything other than the jabs.
Straight left hand lands for Ennis. Right hook again lands for Boots.
By the middle rounds, the gap had become brutal. Ennis was putting on a clinic, switching stances, breaking Villa down piece by piece. The Colombian's face told the story.
30 seconds left in the sixth. Drop Boots Ennis unloading on Roymond Villa, and Villa holding on. Let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood. Oh, but that left uppercut hurt him. Right hand, and Villa still standing in front of Ennis. Ennis misses with the sweeping right. Right hand, right uppercut Ennis, and again things are down. Right hand left by Ennis, rolls with that punch. It is all Boots Ennis.
One thing you got to give Villa, man, he has heart. He's taking a punishment. He's still standing. He's like, hey, I'm still here. You know, hats off to fighters that are very durable. It's just hard to put them down. Hats off to those guys. And great performance by Boots. Just superb.
Oh, what a combination. Roymond Villa, he's trying, but Roymond Villa proving to be a tough out. Right hook lands, left hand lands. Villa comes in and meets a heavy artillery from Ennis. But Villa determined.
In round 10, the end came. A lightning-fast left cross, followed by a right hook, sent Villa crashing to the canvas. Boots Ennis was now 31 wins, no defeats, with 28 knockouts. The dream was within reach. A world title shot was closer than ever.
What about Boots? Boots is the mandatory. He's calling you out now.
I don't have, listen, right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation.
With Terrence Crawford holding all the marbles at welterweight and passing on a fight with Boots, Ennis was left on the sidelines. The IB.
And I think the reporters are probably interpreting what Bud was saying. I think Bud was saying lose-lose. I think he was saying at that time it didn't make much money sense. That's why he said lose-lose, because right now fighters' mindset is like they want the big payday. They want the big purse. So when they say lose-lose, it doesn't mean that he's afraid to fight him. It just means that, is he going to be a good pay right now in my career? Will the contracts go up high, you know, to fight this guy? Will my pocket be fat after this match? That's what he's talking about. And Errol had a big name at the time, so that's why that fight made sense. It made money sense. Keep that in mind, chat.
EF then stripped Crawford, and Ennis was elevated to full world champion.
I had so many people from the industry messaging me last night going, wow, that is one hell of a signing. We just got to make sure that everyone knows just how great this kid is.
Chasing bigger stages and bigger names, Boots put pen to paper with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom, driven by one clear vision: to dominate the welterweight division. And it began with a defense of his IBF welterweight title against David Avanesian, a tough, battle-tested veteran. For Boots, it was more than just another fight. It was a homecoming.
Terrence Crawford was able to take advantage of that.
From the opening bell, Ennis came out sharp, relaxed, composed, but with bad intentions. The difference in speed was glaring.
Roymond Villa in his last fight, and Villa is a good puncher. he was basically a punching bag in that fight.
And right now, Manukyan is a punching bag. Beautiful combination by Boots Ennis. I mean, he's such a reactive puncher. You know, anytime.
Midway through the fight, the pace was all Boots. He mixed levels beautifully. Upstairs, downstairs, right hook, left cross. Avanesian tried to fire back, but his punches found nothing but air and level.
Back or totally defend against shot. Ooh, right.
In round 5, Ennis delivered the blow that changed everything. A left hook counter that dropped Avanesian to the canvas.
Shot floors Avanesian. I'm honestly surprised that Avanesian hasn't taken a knee for these body shots. They are just thumping body shots.
When the bell rang, his corner had seen enough. They waved it off before round 6. With that victory, Ennis had sent out a message to the entire welterweight division. It's
in chat, yes, that makes a good fighter. You know, it's being able to know that your punches could land anywhere. If you are a very diverse puncher, you're going to have much success. Some fighters are just headhunters. They're just punching. You know, when you got a fighter like him, Bud, Roy Jones Jr., they're punching your arm, bicep, stomach, rib cage, back to the top, going back to the bottom. That's how you're supposed to fight and put it down, because that sets you up for success, because you got to find cracks. You got to find cracks and weaknesses in the fighter. And if you're not exploring all your options for up, jab, low, here, body shots, and what have you, you won't expose much in that fighter. So I'm glad that he called that out.
no secret that Boots Ennis had his eyes set on unifying the welterweight division. His first target was Brian Norman Jr., who had just made headlines with a stunning knockout win over Giovanni Santillan to claim the WBO interim title. Talks for a unification fight began, but quickly fell apart.
I'm a grown man. I'm a champion just like he is. I'm going to his city. Why does he deserve more than me?
Any of y'all in here made 100,000 y'all last fight, and y'all got offered $2 million to fight me. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Y'all gonna fight me, right?
With all due respect to Brian Norman, he just boxed for about $150,000 on an undercard of Michaela Meyer against Andy Ryan. So stop with Twitter, stop with Instagram, grow a set of balls, and come and be in one of the biggest fights in the sport.
With negotiations dead, Ennis was once again forced to defend his IBF title against Karen Chukadzian, the same man who had taken him the distance a year earlier.
Zone from Philadelphia.
Chukadzian came in sharper, improved from their first meeting, but the gap in skill was clear from the start.
Boots a little bit.
Both of them landed good shots. It was Boots that got the worst of it. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult fight for Boots, man. Chukadzian's punching in between the shots now, landing 3 shots to the body, and hey, that was a low blow by Boots. Showing you that the footwork he showed in the first fight wasn't all moving, because he's getting angled brilliantly right now.
Nice snap from Boots, and then another counter.
What rounds? Body shot by Chukadzian. And there's that left hook. That's been money for Chukadzian. It's that left hook.
You know, Bozy Ennis is...
Good shots there by Boots.
Yeah, finished up with a left up. Nice flurry for Boots, and he caught him with a left there. And that staggered Chukadzian.
In round 5, Ennis broke through. A blistering left-hand combination sent the Ukrainian to a knee. From there, it was one-way traffic.
Takes a knee! Chukadzian is down!
Chukadzian survived, but the punishment piled up. Each round, Ennis hunted him down, mixing head and body attacks, keeping the Philly crowd on their feet.
Loving punches on the inside from Boots. There's a right from Chukadzian.
A week before the fight, usually that strikes me as a bunch of nonsense excuse-making, but
Boots
takes a punch on that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
that left-handed knock go down from that. Chukadzian.
That too, Chris. Good observation, man. And that's a talent that you pick up in the gym.
Here's Crawford in the ring.
This shot might be...
Chukadzian.
Boots might be rocked, guys. I'm telling you. He got hit with a clean left hook. And it's costing him.
When it was all said and done, Ennis cruised to a dominant, unanimous decision victory. Another step in proving he's levels above the rest of the division.
Boots Ennis.
We all have flaws. We are all not perfect. And you know that. We are human beings. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, just don't make nothing on fight night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too.
Finally, the unification was here. Across from him stood Eimantas Stanionis, the unbeaten Lithuanian who held the WBA welterweight title, a relentless pressure fighter known for his toughness and body work. For Ennis, this was the fight he'd been chasing, the unification that would finally separate him from the rest of the champions.
Here we go, 12 championship rounds between two undefeated champions.
From the opening bell, Ennis took command, fluid, calculated, switching stances, countering, mixing body and head work with purpose.
Any day with a baby, in fact, she was due 3 days ago.
The Lithuanian came forward with his trademark pressure, compact guard, heavy shots, hunting the body. But Ennis was a step ahead.
At about a 36% connect rate. That's a major weapon for him. Not just
middle range, stay off the ropes and keep popping that jab and looking for that left uppercut.
Consecutive fight in which Stanionis is facing both height and reach disadvantages. Ennis 2 inches taller, 6-inch reach advantage. Nice left from Stanionis.
Each time Stanionis tried to close the gap, Boots met him with speed, precision, and spike.
Everything revolves around that shotgun jab. Stanionis, but if he can't have a stationary target,
Sergio.
Yeah, but see, he needs to do it. He needs to punch with Ennis.
Tried that wind-up uppercut, did Ennis. That's going to be his punch.
And that left uppercut that he's landing consistently.
Boots' team felt that, nice jab there from Stanionis. Boots' team felt that'd be the man to do it. He's grinded and lands a right hand.
And that's what Stanionis needs to do.
Good punch.
He punched with Boots.
Stanionis had to bow on the first day because of an emergency appendectomy, and the next 2 bouts canceled.
Speed, power, long arms. It's a beautiful, beautiful boxer puncher right here.
Boots has told us, listen, tonight, finishing Stanionis and celebrating in front of this very pro Boots crowd, and he's good right hand from Eimantas.
Good shot right there.
And then downstairs up.
That's exactly what he needs to do. And what Boots needs to do is better pick up that left hand.
Nice left. This is the best round for Stanionis by far.
Stanionis was game, but the gap in class was evident. His face began to swell and bleed under the steady assault.
And there's a bloody nose now as he lands a right hand, but eats the left of his own. Boots coming on here as Stanionis covers up.
In round 6, the breaking point came. Ennis uncorked a punishing sequence. Stanionis sank to a knee.
Boots teeing up for the left uppercut, and down goes Stanionis.
He's stopping him out of the body. And came up with the uppercut. Boots knows exactly what he's doing.
He rose, but the damage was done.
Stanionis still in there slinging his guns. And he'll make it to the end of the round.
By the end of the round, his corner made the call. They stopped the fight. Jaron Boots Ennis was now the unified IBF and WBA welterweight champion of the world. A new king at 147, and the message was clear. The throne was no longer vacant. It belonged to Boots. With welterweight conquered, Jaron Ennis moves to super welterweight. The question is simple. Can anyone stop him from becoming champion again?
Boots Ennis jumps on the pound-for-pound list, 27 years of age, just the beginning, future pound-for-pound #1.
Wow, chat. Thank you for joining me with that exciting clip of Boots Ennis. To me, he is just something special. You know, he has great speed, countering, slick footwork, battle-tested. He has a high IQ. So definitely he's on the rising star list. Definitely look out for Boots Ennis. Check out some of his highlights and his fights. Get your popcorn and get ready and enjoy. All right, so that includes this episode of the Fighters Corner, where all fighters have a voice. All right, stay tuned for more. It's your host, Taz B, aka Fight Chemist, and I'll be bringing some more to you. like and subscribe. Share this to your friend. If you are into combat sports, please let me know any other things you would like to see me react to. I'm putting together a list of fights for bare knuckle fights. I know that's growing now. That's on the rise of growing. I saw it when it first began. Now it's up here now. People are definitely enjoying it. So we're going to cover some of those videos and some of the top prospects we need to see as far as bare knuckle. Until then, chat, have a good one. Have happy holidays. And until then, look forward, punch straight. Right?
Somebody done told you wrong, huh?